What's the difference between an argument or healthy conflict and emotional abuse? It can be really hard to tell the difference, but once you understand these things, it will get clearer for you. And by the way, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Ellie Anastasiades. I'm a counseling psychologist and I specialize in helping people deal with emotional abuse. So the first thing that I want you to think about when you're trying to tell the difference between healthy conflict and emotional abuse is I want you to think about overall patterns, okay? And not focus on specific behaviors. If you focus on specific behaviors, it's almost impossible to be able to tell the difference because there are certain behaviors that could be interpreted as abusive, taken on their own, even in healthy conflicts. And emotional abuse refers to a repeated pattern of emotional manipulation whereby one person essentially uses the other person for their own emotional benefit, and that's at the cost of the other person. And they do this using various emotional manipulation strategies. And I talk extensively about many of these in so many other videos. So if you do want to find out more, check out the other content or follow the link in my bio where you can find my other socials. So the first difference between healthy conflict and emotional abuse is that in healthy conflict, there is at least at some point in time, there is some attempt from both people in the relationship to hear each other's side of the story, okay? It's not a case of invalidating how each other feel. There is an attempt to hear your side of the story, and there are instances where you feel heard. In emotional abuse, you literally never feel heard. The person doesn't seem to have the capacity to hear you. It's all about defending themselves. It's all about making you to blame, and it's all about turning themselves into the victim. The second thing that you want to look out for is in healthy conflict, there is at least some level of accountability, right? On both sides. Like at some point in the relationship, that other person does take some accountability for their behavior. Whereas in an emotionally abusive relationship, there's never any accountability. One person is always to blame and the other person is always right. And they're always the one who's saying, if you just change, then everything will be perfect. Now, the third thing is in healthy conflict, there is some repair and there is some change over time. Like you reach some form of resolution. The argument might be stressful. The argument might be unpleasant, yes, but you're able to talk it through and come to some sort of resolution or some sort of agreement at the end. And there is some sort of change on both sides to help you guys compromise and adapt to your life together. In emotional abuse, there is a repeated pattern that often intensifies over time. There's a repeated pattern of hurting you, then avoiding accountability until the next time and the next time and the next time. I hope this helps. If you have any questions or any ideas for other content that you want me to make, put them in the comments.